How to make a recycled book collage. You will need 2 reference images, paintbrush, cup of water, ink, discarded book pages, scissors, and glue. Paint your pages. I recommend leaving space at your edges. It's much cleaner to have a border without paint. You can reapply ink for darker sheets after it dries a little. For my collage papers, I have a range of 9 different values. My particular image has that many values. Yours may have more darker values, so you'd want to make more papers over here. And if your composition was lighter, you'd want to make more papers over here. But it's always better to make more than you think you need because you can always lend it out to somebody else. But it's much more of a pain to have to stop when you're in the collage process and have to make more papers and go back and add them later. So I always recommend making more than you need. And I got this darker color, this darker value by adding more India ink, and then I just added more and more water to the India ink to get this lighter color. And my white is actually just plain book page. It doesn't have any color on it at all. If I really wanted, I could find a blank page, but I think the text still adds a nice texture to it, so I'm going to leave it like that. But you want to make sure you have all these painted, let them dry before you start using them as a collage material. Okay, when you do this kind of project, you want to do the background first, the middle ground, and then the foreground. And generally that translates to top down. So with this picture, I'm going to continue these trees on because they've been cut off and have more sky up here. I'll also continue the sidewalk off over here and over there as well. But I want to break this all down into pieces and the chunks of collage papers. So I've already actually drawn on here how it's going to be broken up. That's going to be my reference image that I'll get to look back on to see the details and see where everything goes. But this is the paper I'm actually going to be gluing my pieces onto, so I can draw on it all I want, and that's totally fine because it's going to get covered up by collage papers. So the first thing I want to find is my color for my background. That would be a really light gray, and it would fill up all this space here, and it's the furthest thing back. So if I had a football and I were to throw it, that was the first thing that it would hit. Then it would maybe hit the building, but it would take a really long time for it to hit the sky. So that will be considered my background. And then if I throw my football again, the closest thing, like I said, is the building. So I want to work on the building here, the little building over there, that bit, and then maybe do the shrubs on top of that. That's in the front. After I get done with the building, I want to come to number 3 and work on this grass a little bit because the grass is behind the tree. I know some of it peeks out a little bit, but I'd rather have the tree overlap than my grass overlap my tree. So I'll be filling in the grass bits over here, here in the middle, and then I can add my tree afterward. That's why it's number 4. And the tree will overlap on top of the sky, which I already have because it's number 1, and it'll overlap on number 3 and number 2. And then I'll finish my trees, and the very last thing I'll be putting in is the sidewalks, because I can put the grass down first, but I want these sidewalks to be the last things because of course the sidewalk would kind of go on top of grass. So that's how I'm going to handle all the different layers that I have going on.